Hello, I'm Derek Mitchell. I've recently started my company SIMMPLE, which looks at helping L&D functions optimise their L&D outcomes. Those who have followed my posts for a while will know that I have a real bee in my bonnet around measuring L&D impact. I hear and see lots of learning functions complaining about how they can't get meaningful experiential feedback from the learners, and how getting to the level 4 of Kirkpatrick's model is next to impossible. Like, if only we could get to that point, all of our needs would be met, but oh well, demonstrating business value is so hard. I thought it was time to open up this discussion, stick my head above the self-imposed L&D parapet behind which we all hide, and share some really simple ways to get way beyond many of the models people use with almost next to no effort. I'll say lots of things that you don't agree with, and that's good. Let's open up some cans of worms. Share this video with your L&D connections, get a debate going. Now is the time to nail L&D measurement. Okay, so let's think about our learners, and let's assume for the time being that what they think about their learning experience is important. How do you currently capture their feedback? I've seen lots of organisations asking questions like, what did you enjoy about your material? Or tell us what you didn't like, or how could we improve this for future learners? I have three problems with these questions. Problem one, they're not asked consistently. Let's say we have a group undergoing training in whatever training we have this week, and we ask, what did you enjoy about your material? And then next week we rerun the same course or a different course and we ask, what did you love about your training? Now we can't compare responses from these groups because we've asked different questions. How do we know if we've improved or if we've gone backwards? Problem two, often answering these questions is made mandatory. This will skew any results you get. If I have to type something into a box, I will type something into a box, but it's not necessarily what I think. Keep responses voluntary. Problem three, let's say you have responses from 40 learners and they each have to write, or they've each written 2 to 3 sentences. Who interprets those sentences and who categorises them? I've seen L&D functions randomly pick 4 comments, stick them on a PowerPoint deck and say this is the learner's feedback. Is that representative? Probably not. Is it useful or meaningful? Hell no. So we're asking our learners to go to effort to give us feedback which is of little use to us, and we simply want to understand their experience. So how might we improve that? Okay, now this is gold, wait for it. Ask one question, one experience question. Moreover, make it really low effort for your learners to respond. Describe your learning experience in one word. Asking this question consistently across every material, every course, whatever, will give you actionable data. It'll also give you a great new metric. Benefit one is when we ask learners to voluntarily answer this question, we get data which is very easy to analyse. By using a simple Excel lookup against a sentiment list, we can see immediately the proportion of learners leaving words with a positive sentiment versus a negative sentiment. And that gives you a new L&D measure based not on your arbitrary selection of comments, but based on what your learners have actually said. All of them. You might see that an event received 92% positive feedback. Great, share that with your stakeholders. 92% of people loved this, here's the evidence. But more importantly, you'll know that 8% of your learners left saying bad things. In itself, that's great to know because as you've asked this question consistently across all learning events and formats over time, you know whether 8% negative feedback is normal or not. Is this better or worse than last week? Or even last year? Even better, if you've tied these words to a positive or negative sentiment, you can easily filter your Excel workbook, Tableau dashboard, whatever, to only the negative comments and see specifically what went wrong for these people. Was it long, quick, repetitive, boring, etc.? These words you can do something about. Are the learners saying these words typically younger, older, longer tenure from a particular part of your business? If you identify which cohort was different to the positive learners, you can tailor your learning. It's important to note that you might have to build up your sentiment lookup over time because L&D has its own language and your learners might have their own organisational language. As an example, if you take a sentiment lookup from online, it will likely show the word sick as being negative, but if you ask a learner how their learning was and they say it was sick, you can give yourself an air high five. I've built a sentiment library specific to L&D, and that comes with any solution you might ask me to implement for you if you feel you need a hand. One question asked consistently We'll give you a sentiment metric which can be tracked over time. It's less effort for your learners, can be automated for you, and we'll give you an honest metric free from bias. It will tell you exactly where your problems are. If you found this useful, let me know and I'll happily make more videos looking at things like topic confidence and tracking those all-important KPIs. If you need a hand implementing any of this stuff, drop me a note at SIMPLE method, that's 2ms.com. Thank you.